Paris, thank you for that live report. A viewer reached out to our newsroom concerned about an electrical pole outside of his home in Springfield that he says wasn't fully repaired following a power outage that was specific to his home last month. Western Mass News reporter Kristen Burnell joining us live with that story after getting answers. Kristen.
Chris, that viewer tells me he has not had any luck getting into contact with Eversource over the past few weeks to find out when the final repairs will be made to the electrical pole. That's why he reached out to Western Mass News. A viewer who wishes to remain anonymous reached out to Western Mass News, expressing concerns over an electrical pole on his street that feeds power to his home in Springfield.
A month ago today, about 6 o'clock in the morning, my power went out, and I just thought it was, a regional power outage, so I waited for the courtesy phone call that I usually get, and no one calls. So about an hour and a half or so, I called, and I was told that I was the only house on the street with no power.
He tells us Eversource then sent a crew to assess the outage at his home.
They dug a big hole, you can see they're about 5 feet in diameter, down to the wires, and they told me all the wires were rotten underground, that the service would have to be replaced.
He says that luckily his power has not gone out since then, but now he has safety concerns about the pole, saying the service has not been fully completed by Eversource.
Then they took this board and threw it up against the pole and duct taped it to the pole, which isn't going to last long. And they said there'd be another crew back shortly to replace my whole service. And that was a month ago. The way they left this now, the duct tape's getting loose already. You can see all the exposed wires out there. That's dangerous.
So he decided to reach out to Western Mass News to help get him answers, as he wants the service done quickly as the upcoming winter season approaches.
I would like to get this service done as soon as possible, within the next week, and get it done before the weather gets cold. My wife and I are both elderly people. We're both handicapped.
So we went to Eversource spokesperson Priscilla Rest, who tells us in a statement in part, quote, "We understand his concerns and take them very seriously. Our crews responded to the outage at his home immediately and made the necessary initial repairs to the electrical equipment until permanent repairs could be completed, which are scheduled for next week." Now, Eversource also tells us in the meantime they are currently taking additional safety measures today to make sure the pole is secure at his home in Springfield. Reporting live in studio, Kristen Burnell, Western Mass News.